Hey everybody, welcome back to a new episode of Entropia content. Man, have I got good news today. So much good news I don't even know how I'm going to fit it all in one show. Which is a nice change. A couple episodes in a row I've been a little cranky, so hopefully this should help cheer me up. Now today I also am getting ready to go play in a disc golf tournament, just an amateur event in Paris, Ontario. So I can't really record too long. Well, I think I'll still get an hour in. We'll see. Alright, so the first good news I got for today is you can check. My ped balance is at 754, so you know what that means. I had put some stuff on auction, and I'm assuming it's sold. Ooh yeah. Oh yeah, it was cranked in. Now I was wondering if anyone would help buy the muscle oil, and it happened to be Crayish Letterman that purchased it, which is super nice of him to do that. He was actually the one that sold me the oil. Alright, so wow, that's pretty fucking sweet. Voila, I'm up to 152 ped from that. I'm pretty sure if Crankton didn't buy it, it was still going to sell out, but this will help sell it out faster and for a higher price. So big shout out to him. Thanks for donating such awesome items to the shop and also helping me sell them. Alright, so that was cool. Oh yeah, and then the other news I was going to bring up is, I don't know, maybe you guys have heard already. I'm just waiting for the show lag to catch up. Now my body's been really sore today, so I've been hitting the vape a bit for the tournament. Hopefully I don't need Tylenol until after it's over. Whew, that was super harsh. Okay, so the good news that I had, you guys probably heard the news already. It's fucking huge news. Well, that was wrong. Now I was trying to bring up the news and I put in the wrong shit. Now I was wondering, because this week all of a sudden I started to get a flood of new subscribers. I was having occasional new subscribers, but I think what it was is someone messaged me in one of the chats and was like, hey, that popular website made a fucking video about you. I was like, what? I didn't hear about that. So then, yeah, I'll bring it up on the page. I guess technically they didn't make the video about me. But I'll show you what it is. There's a website called, or a YouTube page called People Make Games. It's pretty popular. Almost 100,000, 77,000 subscribers. So their latest game that they happen to release is called Can You Really Get Rich from the World's Only Cash-Based MMO. Ooh. Maybe I'll make this the thumbnail. Can you? Can you? God, I need to use this hand to point. And I'll have to click with the other hand. And there's a fucking bottle blocking it. Oh, it's the wrong fucking screen. Piece of shit. Now, if only my couch would not appear in the scene. I don't get why my couch keeps setting off the fucking algorithm. So anyways, when you click this and you watch this video, it's got a clip of me from the show on that part during the Mankini, which I thought was kind of ironic. Yeah, it was this guy, Alex Molenkovic. He was the one who told me about PMG. Sorry about butchering everyone's names. I even can't say my own name. Alright, so yeah, that's what happened is they did a video about Entropia. And if anyone wants a quick summary of what happens in the video, there's this reporter guy who wants to do a story about Entropia. But to be honest, he is kind of ripping on the game quite a bit, like McCormick style, where he gets the person from Entropia, like one head executive, in an interview. Which I was thinking that was cool. The guy did an interview. I was wondering if MindArc would do interviews for people. Maybe I should try to get one of them on the show. But anyways, Yeah, so he interviews this guy. This guy interviews the head executive for MindArc, tries to get some information from him, and he's asking him questions about the game, and he's hinting that it's a casino. And he starts like mocking the guy from MindArc, like he's like, it's a casino, and all of his questions are based on it being a casino. And the MindArc executive is like, yo, look, guy, it's like we've followed all the rules enough to make it not a casino. And then that's that. So then the interview continues, and he keeps hounding him about it being a casino. So I was like, holy shit, man, that was a little bit irritating, but the rest of the video I thought was pretty cool. And I get the idea that people call MindArc a casino, but then really what the MindArc executive said was true as well. It's like a lot of things in life are like a casino, but we don't call it a casino. It's like anything you do in life has a gamble, but do you really call anything you do in life going to the casino? Unless you are going to the casino, then yes. Alright, the menu is broken again. I can't ever fucking use this teleporter without the menu starting to fuck up, and I have to close it. But it's happened so many times, I can like control the fuck up. That's like one of the expertise in my life. If I can work with the fuck ups. Alright, so that was the spiel. The whole deal about the interview. Oh yeah, and then the interview, the guy said that he spoke to me in Discord and found out that I had cornered the Mankini market. And a lot of my viewers might know that I've said that I don't use Discord, but I did try using it once, and I think I talked to someone, and I couldn't remember who. So I was thinking maybe it was that guy doing the interview. Because I only did talk to someone briefly for a couple minutes, and I was like, then I didn't like Discord because it kept lagging my computer really bad. And then someone was telling me, well, just don't install it. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll get back into it then. Because that is how I used it the first time, without installing it. So anyways, that interview continued. Oh yeah, and then he said that he talked to me about the Mankini, and saying that I had cornered the Mankini market and stuff. I think that is what I was going for at the time. It must have been a while ago, back when I first did that episode, so probably a month or something. But I thought it was kind of ironic, because you know how I do things in reverse? Well, wasn't it something I said during the video where I was like, hey, doing all this Mankini stuff? And I think when I was on Tulan, I was like, man, I'm going to go to the press and get them to cover the Mankini. Because I was thinking that, I was like, man, this Mankini store is enough for clickbait, like, someone in the press would definitely cover it. But then I didn't expand on it. I was like, maybe it's not worth it. I was going to try to find the protest and film it. So I bet you, yeah, if I would have found the protest and filmed it, it would have made it into the coverage too. But anyway, so this big PMG website ended up covering it. So I was like, wow, that was cool. It was kind of a little bit of foreshadowing. Me doing things in reverse again. It's like I knew that when Bonnie told me about the Mankini, I was like, man, this item has potential to get more people into Entropia, because it'll make its way onto the news. So lo and behold, what do? We got people that are watching this PMG video now, and one of the funniest parts, or I don't know, the only comical part of the video, was a clip of me crafting the Mankini. Yeah, it was kind of funny. I can't believe that a clip of me playing Entropia. I haven't even been podcasting that long, and I already have a clip on the big news shows. Yeah, so big thanks to PMG Gaming. I know the guy probably listens to my show. I don't know how else he would have found out unless it was just the Discord thing. That's what I was wondering too. It's like, how the hell did my show make it onto fucking the news? Yeah, a little pat on the back, not to be fucking so conceited, but it is nice to get a little bit of success in life. It's like, God, I'm almost 50 years old, living in my mom's basement, so cut me a little slack if I try to indulge in the success. It's not like I have a whole lot of that going for me. Now I was thinking, maybe this is a sign. If I'm able to compete in the disc golf tournament and finish without injury, then maybe I should be able to have a little bit of luck on my side. Seems like the universe is starting to lean in my favor. Knock on wood. Getting ready to harvest some plants. They'll probably all die. Just for me saying that. Yeah, so that was pretty wild news, PMG Gaming. So what did everyone else think about the PMG Gaming video? I noticed I was reading the Facebook comments about it, and a lot of people are like hit and miss about it. Some people said they liked the coverage, other people hated it. Ah, here's Mr. Axe. Sorry, buddy, you're too late. Shouldn't have slept in. Early bird gets the worms. I've got a lot of oil. I'm rich. Alright, so maybe I'll check out another rig. That's probably what that guy was saying. He's like, oh, you think I was sleeping, do you? It's like, I was at the other rig cleaning it out before you got here. Now, I won't keep running around on Rocktropia picking up free stuff for too much longer. Now that I'm at 754 PED, I really should be leaving for another planet right now. Go to next island, get that shit. Yeah, let's do that. I was thinking of maybe putting another 10k sweat at my booth for sale and self-sweating it, but I think last night I was sweating a little bit while watching UFC, and I didn't really get that much, so. Now I tried some team sweating, and to be honest, the team we had wasn't very organized, so it was a little bit on the slow side. There's my sweatshop if any new viewers haven't seen it. I'm a very avid sweatshop supporter. But yeah, and that was the other news that I found out during the interview. They started asking the MindArc employees about some of the stuff they've been changing. And did you know they changed the age qualification for Entropia? I didn't even hear about that. See, I got 3k sweat. So anyways, like, I know a long time ago, my nephew wanted to play Entropia because he's seen me playing it all the time. He's like, what? A video game for real money? I want to be a professional gamer. Let me play this game. And then I found out that no, he wasn't allowed to play the game because he isn't old enough. And then when I looked up the age for Entropia, I found out that with your parents' permission, they had this thing where you could play when you're, was it 14 or 15, something like that. And then in hindsight, I was kind of thinking, yeah, a lot of people think this game is gambling. So if you're having a gambling game and allowing kids to play it, that's kind of fucked, right? But then the whole defense to that is MindArc says that it's not really a gambling game. Right, so I'm just gonna make sure I don't have my fucking shit loaded with stuff, which I do. Guess I'll bring some in the Mankinis in case I run into someone on next island who wants to buy one. Although I highly doubt that will be the case, but we'll see. Oh yeah, I was like, where the hell did this gun come from? Then I remembered that I got it from doing one of those missions. Sorry, my throat's full of fucking phlegm today. Vaping too early in the morning, probably. Holy, I got a bunch of explosive projectiles here. I should put those for sale in my booth. Alright, that sounded like a Facebook message. Oh, fuck. So I'm just gonna check that quick. Finishing quick is my specialty. Alright, I'll get some of these Fanuses out of here, because I'm not going to carry a whole bunch of Fanus I'm not going to use. Alright, that looks like all the items. That's pretty sweet. Alright, I did get a message. Let's see what it was. Ah, sweet. Message was from Yoshi. She said, yes, it's totally fine to do an episode. Alright. That's cool. Holy fuck. Hey, I'm gonna try drinking something. I don't know, I think I gotta take a multivitamin today. I noticed my whole fucking body is starting to ache. It's fucking annoying. Hoping it's just fucking something low. Maybe I'm low on magnesium. So take a multivitamin supplement. Pray for the best. Alright, come on, vitamin, do your trick. Now, I used to make fun of vitamins that they didn't do anything. Then as I got older, being an adult, I freaking noticed that my body couldn't live off donuts and fucking candy anymore. It's like I actually needed some nutrients. So when I was really low on nutrients, I experimented with just taking supplements, and I was like, oh yeah, they actually are taking off some of the negative side effects of malnutrition. Like sometimes what I would do is water fast and then take supplements while I drink water. And technically that's a big no-no because even the supplement companies admit that your body can't absorb them unless you drink it with a glass of milk because it needs the animal fats to help absorb it. Alright, so yeah, I'm looking forward to an episode of Yoshi's Ship. Oh yeah, that fucking makes perfect sense. Like here I was getting ready to go fly, and I was like, holy shit, maybe it's not a good idea because this is where Yoshi picks people up. So yeah, I'm not going to be flying anywhere yet because now I'll be getting a ride with Yoshi. Sweet. Right, PMG Gaming. I still can't believe that I was in the video for that. That's fucking wild. Let's try a little spin looking for AI. Who knows, maybe we got some more action coming. Now today's amateur disc golf tournament in Paris does have some prize money involved. And I'm going to be playing against mostly amateurs, but I think one or two of the players are pro. So this will be a good test for the tournament. One bad thing about it is my fucking whole body is aching really bad. Even my throwing arm, when I was like flexing it this morning, I was like, holy fuck, it's got pain all through it. And a pain that I didn't have yesterday, and I didn't work out, so I was like, what the fuck? Why is it hurting like I worked out? Now, I hope I didn't get sick, but really I've been social distancing and being at home the whole time, so I shouldn't have got sick. I hope not. Now, I even got into wearing a mask, like, what is it? That one came in the mail from Amazon, so I tried it on. I liked it. It's like the whole weird thing is, like, people are like, oh, you're so against masks, not against masks. I'm like, well, technically I'm not against masks. I'm just against laws that force people to wear masks. I'm like one of those freedom people where it's like, as many or few laws as possible is what I like. Although I do like following laws, I just want less of them. So it makes it easier to follow them. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. For masks, it's like, yeah, sure, if people want to wear masks, I'm not even against masks. I'm just thinking I don't like being forced to wear them. It's like I'd like it to be an option. Same thing with the lockdowns. Who is it? Ryan Reynolds, some celebrity. He was on the news yesterday going on and on about how if you go outside, you could kill his mother. I was like, well, Ryan Reynolds, some people are going outside because they have to, right? Like going to factories to produce food for people to fucking survive. You know, mass starvation could occur if people just all stayed home. So I was thinking, Ryan Reynolds, if your mom's in a high-risk group and she's very paranoid of catching the virus, how about she stays home so that everyone else doesn't have to die to save her, right? Like, I don't know, like this whole situation where people or celebrities are trying to blame everyone for living their life. Well, I got news for you. The whole fucking world isn't going to be able to lock down forever. And there's always going to be new viruses coming, so we can't just shut down the world forever. We have to keep going. What I was thinking too is maybe if there was a pandemic where like it actually was bodies in the street, or like half the people in your neighborhood died, well then I was thinking maybe then we could start like looking into pandemic rules and maybe we should make new ones, but I don't know, when it's like 1% of the population or even less than 1, it seems a little bit ridiculous to call it a pandemic, but I don't know, it was just on the news yesterday too. One of those nurses that died because she was young and died of the virus. It was proof that young, healthy people could. They got the autopsy back. Turned out she had a fucking kidney infection. So she didn't actually die from COVID. She had another health condition that got her. And it was another mislabeled as COVID. So I'm starting to wonder how many thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of mislabeled COVID deaths we have on the records. It's pretty fucked up. Now there was doctors that were warning about that on YouTube, and then their videos got taken down. They're saying, yo, there's a lot of incentive to mislabel the things as COVID. It's gonna happen, and then their videos get taken down. Alright, let's try to keep on the Entropia content. That was fucking good news. I can't believe that PMG Gaming covered Entropia. Now I was gonna talk to like Tim Pool and then try to get him to cover it. He likes to talk about Sweden a lot and how they're so progressive. So I was thinking this progressive Sweden shit definitely fits in with what's going on with MindArk and that Mankini. Oh yeah, that's what I was getting at. Remember the whole age thing that's changed with Entropia? So it's like here we're actually in a game now that is for adults only. Before it used to be open to kids like 14, 15 with parents' permission. But you can't really give parents permission for a kid to look at porn or something, right? So that's what I was thinking. If they wanted to have Mankinis in Entropia, now is the time more than ever because it is actually an only adults game. Same thing with the Mankini. Obviously, I'm not fucking into watching guys run around Mankinis, but I just don't like the laws against it. I'd like the choice of being able to do it. In case I get really fucking hammered one day, want to run around half naked. No, I swear that never happens in real life. Now, I almost was tempted to try skinny dipping in my pool this summer, but I'm like, I think I still got more skinny to work on. It's not gonna count. Alright, is it just me, or do I see an AI in the horizon? See, sometimes that's what I like to do is come to these islands, because people that are hunting the AI will forget one out here, or not notice that it's out here. Alright. Oh, look at that! Even fruit. It's like, holy shit. Watch, I'll come back today, I'll be like, guys, I got a hole in one and won the tournament. I better be careful, I'm gonna jinx it. My body's so sore, I don't even know if I can finish the tournament. Now, I'm lucky today's tournament is just a one-round tournament. So I'm like, I don't have to play some fucking marathon of 2 games in one day and then another game the next day. Like, my body will break down after 18 holes. So to play a game twice in one day is already fucking pushing it. Then to play a game fucking again the next day, it's like almost guaranteed injury. Now with my back issues, that's usually what fucks up the worst. Alright, it sounds like my roommates are awake already. Time is it? 7:54? Fuck. This isn't good. I don't know, my time calculations were way off. I'm like, don't worry, you'll have time to record an episode before you go. It's like, oh shit, I don't think I have time. I still have to shower. My ride will be here at 9. And it's already 8. Or 5 minutes to 8. Fuck, it's cutting it close. Finishing quick is my specialty, especially for getting ready to go somewhere. Back when I used to work at a golf course, I had to be the earliest person there to open the building. So my shift would start at 6 a.m. And that meant that I had to like sign in at 5:45. So when I woke up at home, guess what time I would wake up to make it to work? I'd fucking wait till 5:30. Because I had to set my alarm as late as possible because I've been working till 11 at night. So usually by the time I made it home from work, it was already midnight. So sleeping till, what did I say, 5:30? Yeah, and then what it was is I moved closer to work. So that was like a 5-minute bike ride away. So I could fucking wake up, get on my fucking bike, like run right down to the fucking parking garage, get on my bike, and bike to work. And then as soon as I got to work, I would sign in, and I would use my break time early in the morning instead of using it at the afternoon, and then used it as time to get ready for work. So I was lucky that my work had everything there, like showers and change rooms for staff, so I could just get ready. Yeah, so every morning I'd be waking up at 5:30 and making it to work by 1:45. Yeah, it's kind of funny because sometimes I'd be a little tired when I got to work. No, that was during my bad stretch when I was working. What was it? Yeah, 6 a.m. or 5:45 till 11 at night, 7 days a week for a few years. It burnt me out a little. No, it was good though. It helped me pay off all my debts. Although the company I was working for eventually stopped paying me overtime. So, as good as that sounded overtime wise, I actually got screwed over and didn't get paid for a lot of it. I don't know, it was my own fault because, I don't know, I had this one boss who's like, if you want the extra hours, the only way we can wing it for you without breaking the budget is to not pay you overtime, if that's okay with you. And then I was thinking in hindsight, why did I say yes to that? I should have said no. But I was like, I said yes because I wanted the extra hours. Then I was like thinking in hindsight, it's like, fuck man, that was really stupid. I shouldn't have agreed to not get paid overtime. But I think legally that's still wrong. Like, you're not allowed to ask your employees to break labor laws. So I don't know. I don't really hold it against them because they wanted to keep their budget low and they're being nice to me. Nice. By allowing me to work the extra hours. Oh, look, here's more fruit. Fuck, man, what is going on today? Maybe it's because it's Sunday and a whole bunch of Entropians were fucking just going to town last night. Maybe Dream of God went on a spending spree. Alright, so yeah, what I was gonna do was fly somewhere, but now I'm really not going to because that's what's happening. Yeah, so next episode, or depending, I'll have to check and find out with Yoshi's crew what time the next run onto the ship will be. There's a few things that you gotta do when you're getting prepared to go onto the mothership. One of those things is ditch all your lootable items. Depending which ship you're on, each one will have different policies from the captain or owner of the ship. Usually it involves something like you can't carry lootables. I think the only reason they have that rule is because then they get a lot of people bitching if all of their lootables got taken. Pirates can destroy the motherships too, even though they're bigger. Alright, so, yeah, it looks like we got a guy here that's already scouting the oil, but maybe I'll try sneaking in so he doesn't see me. Get in there and get that oil. Now it's funny, today I was thinking, because it's been so long since I seen everyone at the disc golf club in Paris, I wanted to get myself together and look nice. Then I thought to myself, fuck, I didn't shave, and I just happened to break out with a fucking acne on my forehead. So I was like, great. Nah, I think what it was is I was sweating too much, and fucking sweat causes acne sometimes for me. Well, at least I'm getting some oil. You know, I think what killed me last time when I didn't see what killed me was probably that fire. When it exploded, that's what got me. So I was bitching that someone killed me or the wolves killed me. I think it was that fire. Fucking fire. Tiger! Now, yesterday I was doing the Saget a little bit for my other show. Tiger flame! Tiger uppercut! Tiger knee! Yeah, I miss Street Fighter. I used to play that game a lot. But then as I got older, I started to get hand cramps from playing it, like almost causing arthritis. So I was like, fuck, I can't really keep playing this game all the time. Now, what do they call it? Repetitive stress injuries. Sometimes if you're in a factory and you do the same thing all the time, same thing will happen. Your body will cramp up so that you can't do the same thing anymore. So I don't know, if you're young and you like to play Entropia, or not Entropia, Street Fighter, try to enjoy it while you can. Or maybe take breaks so that you don't fucking overdo it. What I would do is I'd have marathons where I'd go to the bars, get hammered after work, then come home when I was hammered and just play the game until I sobered up. So I'd take quite a few hours of non-stop playing. And when you're playing when you're hammered, you don't really take breaks because your body's so numb to pain, you don't really feel it. Alright, so action time. Whoops. Think I got quite a bit of oil. Maybe I'll try a little bit run for kegs too. Hey, maybe not. I should swing by Club Never Die. See what kind of action we got going on there. Maybe I can get some more of these AI. Mission shit's gone. It's weird. I could have swore I just checked it. Oh, it's because I'm on another planet, technically. It's weird. A lot of these instances on Rocktropia count as their own planets. I guess it's because they have their own server or something. Club Never Die. I don't know, I was reading the comments on the YouTube of that PMG gaming to see what people's reviews were. A lot of people were all harshing on that fucking whole concept of being a casino or not. It's like, really? If you're gonna harsh on shit for that, it's like, go to fucking games that have loot boxes. Doesn't like every game these days have loot boxes? So isn't that the same thing as Entropia, depositing money in to try to win the game? The only thing that's different is that fucking Entropia you can withdraw it back out. So who's really the more worse game? The one that you can't cash out or the one that you can? So I don't know why they would pick on Entropia. That's why I kind of like some of the negative aspects of Entropia that people mention. Like McCormick, because you could be trying to make the game better when you're mentioning things that need improvement. But if you take it too far where you're just bashing the game and bashing the players. That was one thing they were saying about Entropia, or that guy from PMG Gaming was saying that Uber players are known for stabbing each other in the back to get rich. I was just going to try to emphasize maybe in future videos that I often thought about that too, that was the case. But I've seen many cases also of evidence where Entropia players are actually the nicest people around, even the Uber ones. And one example of that is if anyone's heard about the epic mistake on the auction, where that guy was like stoned and drunk and put his life savings for sale on the auction, and then he put the wrong price. So to his horror, the item sold instantly because someone already had a buyout feature set up in the auction. So as soon as he put that really low price, boom, all of his deeds were gone for super cheap. And then he posted a comment in the forums begging, saying, hey, I fucked up and sold my deeds too cheap. My wife is going to divorce me, my family's going to be fucking ruined, all because of the mistake he made while he was drinking. So guess what happened? It turned out the guy that bought them, like, here's the proof, he was actually nice enough that he returned the fucking shares, the deeds to the guy. Obviously, well, not obviously, but he did ask him for a finder's fee for being nice and returning them, but I don't think that fee was disclosed, but it must have been low enough that the guy was still happy to get his deeds back. So I was just thinking, like, there's proof right there that maybe that guy from PMG Gaming should do an updated video and be like, sorry guys, like, I know I was bashing everyone in Entropia as being backstabbers, but really I think Entropia could hold the record for the nicest player community. Like, what other game could you mention that people would help each other like that? Like, that's a lot of revenue that someone just said, like, I think it was around $10,000. So the guy was like, he legally got $10,000 by doing what he's supposed to in the game, trying to buy items for cheap on the auction. So he didn't break any rules, and yet he was still nice enough that he helped the guy out. So I was like, Jesus, we're really lucky in a way. We're not all backstabbing bastards in Entropia. Now, to be honest, I've been tempted to like sell things for too high, and people are like, in that video, they're saying that that's a way of scamming people, is selling items for too high of prices. But that gets back to me in the previous episodes I mentioned it. I'm like, in Entropia, some items do like obviously have like lots of copies of the same item. So that makes it worth a certain value because you're like, hey, there's a lot of copies of this, so that's how much it's worth. Let's get a message from my sponsor quick. Today's show was brought to you by Crack. Crack, it'll fuck you up. Woo. Alright, welcome back everyone. So technically, if you're going to make money by charging a high price for an item, it's not backstabbing or a cheap thing to do if you're doing it with an item that's rare. Because if you have an item that's rare, no one else is selling it, it's supply and demand then. So whatever price you set is what the supply and demand dictates. So when they're going to try to say people are making money for overcharging for items, there is no overcharging for an item in a free market. Especially when there's no supply and demand issues, or if there is supply and demand issues, then yeah, then the real price for it is whatever the person who's selling it decides. There's no backstabbing to make profit off of it for that. Supply and demand, that's how American works. That's why in the pandemic I got really pissed when our provincial leader started telling stores what prices they're allowed to put for their inventory. Like, I don't give a shit what these government people try to say, like, oh, it's bad to overcharge during a pandemic. But I'm thinking this is the foundation of our society, supply and demand. That's the thing that separates us from communists. Communists have that, where they have the leader telling them what they're allowed to charge for their inventory. So that's what makes communism. So when you have a leader that's telling someone, hey, you've got some mass or rubbing alcohol, this is the price you have to set for it. That's fucking communism. So I'm like, shit guys, like I know we're in a pandemic and it's not nice to overcharge for stuff, but it is the fucking foundation of our goddamn society. You can't just switch to being communist, you fucks. I don't know, that really pissed me off. And it was our conservative leader of all people. I was thinking maybe a left-wing crazy liberal could do that, but really, a fucking conservative became a communist? Like, you gotta be shitting me. Like, I don't know, like, there was one of my favorite YouTubers, he was going around to different countries, like communist ones and other ones, so he could actually say, hey, this is the difference during the pandemic, look what a fucking capitalist society is like versus the communist one. So the communist ones he was at, guess what? They set the price of what you're allowed to sell the items for. Guess what happened? Go in the store, either there's fucking lines around the block where you have to camp outside for weeks to get the shit, or it's sold out. And he's like, guess what happened when we went to a capitalist country? He's like, all of a sudden the supply and demand is there, so as long as you have money, you can still buy shit, and there's still supplies. Like, you don't have to wait in line for weeks. Sure, it costs more, but you can actually fucking buy it, right? So he's like, which would you rather be in? The communist country where you can't get the supplies, but the prices are low? Or the one where the price is anything, but at least you can fucking get supplies? Yes, I don't know. And communists, to their defense, if we had fucking, like, Entropia system where there's infinite resources coming from something. Yeah, that was what the PMG gaming video got on about a lot. I was surprised that they covered it. No, the PMG gaming video, there was like, if someone's making money in Entropia and the company's making money off of it, that means there's got to be players somewhere that are losing money to balance it out. Like, communism only works if they're taking it from someone, right? Communists don't produce stuff, they just go around distributing other people's shit. So yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking, like, Never Die's got this communist system set up on Rocktropia, where he's able to take ped away from people's loot, I guess, and then distribute it evenly to all the players that are collecting free shit. So in a communist society where there is an abundance of stuff, then maybe you can get it to work. But even then, it's a big maybe. Hopefully this guy doesn't mind me joining, or chick. Yes, I can't believe PMG Gaming. I think what PMG Gaming was hinting at too was that Entropia does break a lot of laws, or is very close to breaking them. So in a way, I hope that that big exposure on PMG Gaming doesn't get too many authorities involved in the game. Still can't believe the muscle oil sold for the full asking price. Big thanks, man. Now I was thinking the amount of ped that I made from him donating to my shop was a substantial amount after I sold everything. No, don't worry, I was saying in the video that I'm going to trade terminal some of the stuff he gave me. No, I'm probably not going to do that. What I meant was that I was going to auction it, not trade terminal it. No, because I think he gave it to me to sell it in my shop, and I was thinking I should have been honest with him up front that if anything that couldn't sell well in the shop, I was probably just going to sell it on auction too. But I'm pretty sure he was cool with that. Well, obviously he was, since he bought the shit off the auction. Oh. That's good. I'm wondering if the multivitamin actually worked. It's like the muscle cramps that I had in my arm are already gone. I didn't even take that long ago. Wasn't that like 15 minutes ago or something? That's pretty good timing. I like it. Unless it was just waking up and I needed my body to come to stop aching so much, but I think it was the multivitamin. I even feel a little bit more energy. Fuck, I must have been low in magnesium or something. You know what happened? It was weird. I think I mentioned it some other episode. Before I mention it, let's do a quick spin of the Bitcoin lottery. If anyone wants to help the show out and help themselves out, sign up at the affiliate link and you can start playing this free Bitcoin lottery too. I've got 12,797 Satoshi. Let's do a quick spin. Boom! 12,814. And I got tickets to the lottery. So I could win a whole shitload. Alright, so yeah, if anyone else wants to help out the show and they don't have money for Patreon, hey, you can join up for the free Bitcoin lottery and start doing the spins. Each spin you do each hour helps my account out too because they give me some shit for the referral bonuses. Now, and if you're wondering if it's legit, it's the most legit Bitcoin casino on the entire internet. It's been going for quite a few years with a history of not ripping people off. So if it does happen that they rip you off, it was a fluke because beforehand it hadn't happened. If it does happen, you just have very bad luck. Alright, so yeah, I think I covered everything that I wanted to from the last time. Now I'm really excited that Yoshi said she's up for doing it. Hopefully she can join the show via Skype caller too. I noticed Yoshi talks for some other YouTube videos, so hopefully she'll be up for it. I was thinking that's what I'll do, is I'll just arrange it so I can get on the ship. And then once I'm on the ship and Yoshi's there, I'll be like, hey, Yoshi, you want to connect via Skype or whatever chat app you use? I don't know, I'm not really into chat apps as much as I used to be. Back when I was doing podcasting with guests all the time, I was using Skype a fair bit. I got into using Zoom, Google Hangouts, even the YouTube chat. That's the nice thing with my software XSplit. As difficult as it is sometimes, it does have a lot of compatibility. Like when I would try to connect with things, it works with almost everything. Like really, I can just record my screen. I don't even have to set it to work for something. So if it can be on my computer, I can stream it. That does come in dangerous when boobs show up on the screen. It's like I have no idea how those got there. No, still no luck with the late loss. I've been trying to get into the mood to actually get onto the fucking off the wagon, on the wagon, cut out the sugar. Fuck, my house was loaded with all my favorite treats. Fucking roommates just bought tons of them. And they were gonna go bad unless I ate them. So I was like, fuck. After these are done, then I'll start again. So I did finish the snacks last night, so maybe today will be, yeah, let's make it. Today's the first day of cutting out sugar again. Cutting out sugar is the first step for me for when I get back on weight loss track. Holy fuck, man, my lower back is really sore. This is going to be fucked for the disc golf game, but now I'm lucky I developed a shot in disc golf. People look at it and they're like, man, your shot's really weird. I was like, well, it's the shot I developed so that I can put the least strain on my back. Like, I tried a whole bunch of different throwing techniques and found one that caused the least amount of pain and went with it. So yeah, it's definitely not your traditional disc golf shot, but at least I can play even if I have a sore back. That was another reason why I was thinking I should turn pro in disc golf. I think I'm the only disc golfer I've played with in games where I've seen spectators gather around and watch. So I was like, really, it's like my style is so weird that it actually attracts people. They're like, man, we gotta see this. It was weird. The one time this guy was there with his family and they came to play disc golf, and then they're like, no, we're actually just gonna walk with you guys. I was like, well, that's kind of weird. And then I was playing, I was like, so are you guys going to play after? And they're like, no. I'm like, so you came all the way here for disc golf and you're not even going to play? And then like, they just wanted to see me shoot. I was like, what? They're like, yeah, it's like your style is so different. And it's like they wanted to see how I shot. I was like, so you walked the whole game just to watch me play? With your whole family to boot? So I was like, shit, maybe I really should turn pro because, man, if I'm already attracting spectators. Now, that's what I liked about Mo Norman's disc golf or regular golf style. His was so different that he could attract spectators too. So when I try to copy and imitate Mo Norman, that's kind of what I was thinking too. Like, I'm going to do things so differently, and when it works, people will be amazed by it that they can't even stop to turn away. They have to see it. Yeah, hopefully I can have another one. Like that last practice game, oh, that was crazy. That shot I made almost hitting those people. I don't know, people in the chat must have been thinking that was so mean to whip the disc at them. What happens if it hit them? I was like, well, yeah, they would have went to the hospital, but... No, I've been practicing pretty well consistently for the past year and a half. Well, year. Lockdown kind of threw it off again. But I got it to the point where my disc, I can actually guess where it's going within a foot or two usually. So when I whipped it at those people, I knew that it was going to turn and at least land like 10 feet from them, if not about 20. So I had quite a few feet of extra room. So even though I was whipping it right at them, it actually wasn't as dangerous as it seemed. I swear. No, my old disc golf style, and I'm sure why everyone's concerned about that, is I really only had control about 70% of the time. So obviously, yeah, if you only have control 70% of the time, you shouldn't be taking a disc and whipping it at people. But the new disc I have is a control ratio of about 99%. So it's like 1 out of maybe 1,000 shots it'll fucking screw up. That's why I switched to this disc. Everyone's like, why did you switch to that disc? It's 10% less distance. I'm like, well, what would you do? We're playing a game of accuracy. And the discs that go farther by 10% reduce your accuracy to 70%. Or you can use a disc that has 99% accuracy that goes 10% less distance. So to me, it's a no-brainer. I want the extra accuracy, so I can compensate for not being able to throw it 10% farther by just aiming directly at the hole, where people that are shooting it 10% farther often miss by fucking huge margins. So even though mine goes a shorter distance, often I'm closer. I don't know. We'll see how today's game goes, so fuck, I'm just hoping I can finish. Finishing quick or not. That's why people too, they're always weirded out. They're like, you're gonna play disc golf and you're not gonna practice before you play? I'm like, well fuck, if I practice, there goes half my swings pain-free. I have to keep my swing count down as low as possible. So I'm not gonna stand there and practice for 10 minutes before I play a game. Well, practice, I might throw 1 or 2 shots at the basket just to make sure the discs are flying properly. Sometimes they do get warped and you'll have to get a new one. Oh, fuck. Now I'm starting to wonder, maybe my digestive issues are actually tracing to my spine. Because the last chiropractor, or well, all the chiropractors I've seen, illustrated that a lot of the fucking damaged areas of my spine are next to the nerves for digestive stuff. And they were saying, like, do you have a lot of fucking gut issues? Well, I've always had the gut issues even before the back thing, so I never really thought they were right about that. But I was thinking, like, shit, a lot of the last fucking digestive problems I've had came with the bad bouts of back pain. So I'm like, maybe there is a connection. Or maybe it's the flu. When you get the flu, your back usually hurts because your whole body's sore. Now I heard one of the guys that's from my disc golf club, just his whole family got the flu this week. So I was like, I'm pretty sure he's not going. Hope not. Don't want to chance it because I don't know if his family's been tested for the virus too. You never know when you get the flu these days. You're like, holy shit, could it be the virus? Like, fuck, when I got food poisoning, I thought it was the virus. Let's hope it wasn't. Well, if it was, it'd be good, because then I'd have the antibodies. And it has been like 2-3 weeks now, so I should be safe to go out anyways. It's been a long time since I felt sick, other than the body aches. I can't really tell if body aches is a sickness thing, because I get it all the time anyways. Yeah, that's what I found annoying when I had my concussion. I would see doctors for it. They would often ask if it was a result of my concussion. And I'm like, well, when I have pain, I don't really have a way of knowing where it's coming from. It's like if you feel pain in your stomach, do you really know if it's your spleen or your pancreas or what? It's like, I'm not a fucking doctor. I just know it hurts there. I don't even know where all my organs are, so how the hell to tell you which one hurts? Now, the only organs that I really know where they are the ones that you target in MMA fights, like the liver, kidneys. Liver shot's very effective. Liver shot's one of those ones, if you're punching someone so much in boxing or something legal, obviously, if their blows to the head just aren't doing it, that's when you have to resort to the liver. Because some people have a fucking head as hard as a rock, right? But livers are pretty consistently easily damaged. Unless the person's doing ab workouts like crazy, has managed to fucking make some muscles around their rib cage. So no, that's where the left hook is very popular in boxing. It's because that's a liver shot. If you're a right-handed fighter and you punch someone really hard in the chest with your left hand, you hit the liver. And that's one of those ones where when someone gets hit in the liver, their whole body just collapses because it sets off all your nerves to fire at once. So then you're like literally collapsed to the ground for at least a few minutes. So that's enough to get the 10 count, win the fight. If you want to see epic liver shots, I think, what was it, Oscar De La Hoya got defeated by one. I can't remember who used it on him. Maybe it was Hopkins. No, it's funny because De La Hoya, same thing. His head is hard as a rock. Man, that liver shot got him. Now they say a good liver shot, someone will feel for the rest of their life too. It's one of those things where it heals, it just never heals properly. Not that I'm advocating violence, only in the ring. No, maybe one of these days I'll work my way up to a YouTube celebrity fight. That's my goal. It's like, what's his name? Logan Paul, I'm coming for you. I don't know, is Logan Paul a huge guy? That'd be good. Because I'm like 6'2", 200 pounds, so you'd have to be pretty big in order to actually compete. I don't want to be pummeling some small guy. Man, it's worse too if you're big and you get pummeled by a small guy, because It's a lose-lose situation. Ah, fuck, man. I'm like, I gotta film 5 more minutes. It's like, fuck, I have 5 minutes till I can get ready. Alright, this is gonna be cutting it close, folks. Alright, so what I should do is I'll finish wrapping up the show. So today on the show, oh, there's a buddy who likes my show. Now, it's so neat. A lot of the sweaters like, hey, this is so cool. We're here watching your show, and then you show up and we're sweating with you while watching it. Like, isn't that amazing? Technology these days. It's like, back in my day, we used to buy drugs from gangs. No, I'm not that old, but we did used to buy. No, I'm just kidding. Now, if any of the authorities are wondering, I'm just being sarcastic here. It's a satire show, really. Oh yeah, that was the other thing about the gaming show. What was it? The PMS gaming? Or PMG gaming, that's it. No, they were talking, what was it? Now I forgot because I got sidetracked. Son of a... But yeah, that was the thing. PMG gaming, they had to mention the currency in Entropia. Did you notice how they did it? It's like every time they had to mention the name of the currency, they called it Project Entropia dollars. Or your PED account. I was like thinking, that's what I gotta start calling it. Never once did they call it PED. I was like, they must have said it once or twice. So like, wait a minute, what the hell are we saying here? We're trying to collect what? PED? Yeah, so I noticed the clip they put of me on the show, I called it PED. They were probably hoping that I would have called it Project Entropia dollars. So I was thinking that too, if it's called Project Entropia dollars, why didn't we just call it dollars at that point? You just dropped the whole Project Entropia part. Now I want to hear the Mindark officials talk about their currency. Did they call it PED? So that was smooth moves, PMG Gaming. You had the acronyms down pat. They wouldn't have made Star Trek Discovery. They would have realized, they would have been like, hey, wait a minute. What acronyms are we creating here? Yeah, sorry for laughing too much while I'm trying to talk. Summarize the show. Alright, so if you happen to be going by Lemmy's Motorhead Stadium, you got some of that keg juice, and you poured it on the ground, and then someone stepped on the ground in the puddle and splashed it into your vaporizer, so it had mud from Entropia and some of the Motorhead keg beer into your vape. Tasted like shit. Give the show a dislike, because that'd be nasty. Nasty ass. Right, so then if that doesn't happen, if you can help out with the show, like, that'd be great. And if you want to do the Bitcoin casino spins and help out my show, that's fucking sweet too. You can just sign up at the referral link, hit the more info button. And what else? We got the shirts for sale and links to, what is it, Raven Jade shirt stores, the coolest shirts in Entropia. Got Entropia Zine, Entropia Partners, Hideout TV, and the swag bunch that gets you the discounts buying the shirts and everything else online, eBay, Amazon, Alibaba. Right, so I think that's everything, and just make sure you never buy the products from my sponsor, because it will ruin your life. Bye for now. Excuse me. Special thanks to PMG Gaming. If you're still watching my show, it was fucking awesome covering Entropia. Hope you do it again. Let's do an episode about the good people in Entropia, the guy that returned the money. Maybe we can get an interview with him. I think he's from Russia though, so it might make it a little weird. Hopefully he can speak English, and if not, maybe we can translate it either way. Alright, see you later guys. Bye for now. Wish me luck in the tournament. Wish me luck that I can finish it. Getting a good score, I don't need luck for that. Just finishing. Finishing quick. Alright, bye. Here's the link, and maybe I'll put the PMG video next to it here so you can watch it. I think I'm at the halfway point through the video, so you'll have to watch a little first. Alright, see you later. Bye.